Hey everybody, it's Party Elite. Welcome you back to another live stream session of our Suzerain Let's Play. Hope you all have had a wonderful week behind you. I hope you have an exciting weekend ahead of you. I'm coming at you live from what must be the literally hottest room in all of Ontario right now. I don't know what makes it happen, but this room it's got to be like at least 35 degrees in this room. It's like cold outside, but I'm melting on the inside over here. But hopefully we can fight through that pain, and let me assure you, it is pain. And hopefully we can survive only to be assassinated in Suzerain. I'm still fairly certain that we're probably going to get shot, or like, you know, I feel like getting shot is the nicest possible conclusion for this playthrough. Quite possibly. Folks, before we dive into it, just want to give a warm welcome to all y'all that are joining in. Right off the bat over here, we got Jazzy B, we got Robert Jewel Morrison. Cool, I'm second and I'm watching his Planet Zoo videos. The first season is the one I'm on. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. Pantrin Wolf, how's it going? Spindle, glad you can make it. The market crashed. Yeah, and you're not just talking about in this game, eh? Not yet, but Classified, how's it going? Tutorix, Ilaria, thank you very much for joining in as a member right off the bat before the stream even began. Glad to see the flags going up as well. We got those E's and those flags going up. A warm welcome, folks, to our latest channel member, Tutorix, Ilaria. Again, thank you very much. That kind of stuff really helps the channel a lot. Just keeps us sustainable, keeps these live streams sustainable. I appreciate it greatly. Really makes a massive difference. Judah Edwards, how's it going? Ease will join in a bit. 2 work meetings coming up. Sounds good, dude. Hopefully, you're right about the end of your day, right? Almost time for the weekend to start. Fisklinger, love the Suzerain stream to mark the start of my weekend. Well, I'm glad I could be a part of the start of the weekend. Esteban, buddy, glad you can make it today, dude. Hope all's been well. Ted Knight, got a coffee, got a muffin. Ooh, what flavor muffin? It's PE time, sounds good. Ease over there. All I can say is I hope PE dies and can start a true despot ruler. Wickles trying to get me assassinated. Thank you. Saketh, hardly late. Actually, no, I went live right at 10. I put the coming soon screen up just so people are able to, if YouTube decides to send out notifications and people are able to get those notifications. That's the wait there. That's the wait there. 6X Lord, how's it going? Thomas Koch, how goes? Dawn Strikes Back, welcome. Kind of bummed lately. Oh no, man, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully we can, hopefully today will be a bright light, a beacon, perhaps. Keith Rowe, how goes? Haldor, glad you can make it, man. Glad you can make it. And Ray, coming through as our latest member, joining in right off the bat as well. Thank you very much. A warm welcome again to our latest member here, Ray Chandra Prasada. Did I get that right? Feel free to correct me. I'm sure I butchered at least part of that, so feel free to correct me. Yes, love to see the flags up as well. Again, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Helps the channel so very much. I appreciate it greatly. I am in Canada. Yes, I am. Why? Who was asking? Canadian, so is C. Oh yeah. I need some degrees Celsius. I don't speak Fahrenheit. Does this Fahrenheit even have any rules? Does Fahrenheit follow any actual structure or system? Like, what is 1 degree Fahrenheit? What is 1 degree Fahrenheit? Got a calculator, I assume, Saketh, the coffee and a lot of math work. Oh, I see. There's the connection. I was like, what's the calculator got to do with anything? Luxia, glad you can make it as well. Glad you could come through today. And I believe... Oh, Umar, how's it going, buddy? I believe that's everyone in chat right now, at least the ones who've spoken up. Everyone who's lurking, hello to you as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Jazzy B, that Fahrenheit is more or less made up. I'm actually like not even joking. I remember no, I know there's a formula to do the conversion, but I'm trying to remember, but I remember having this conversation with a couple friends while we were out one day about how Fahrenheit, like 1 degree Celsius is a thing. It's a physically measurable thing. I don't think Fahrenheit is that. The idea of Fahrenheit was to have temperature in relation to human experience. Yeah, there we go. That's what it was. The human experience measuring temperature. Anyway, folks, time for a very human experience with Suzerain. Let's go ahead and dive on in. How you like that segue? and see if we can, I mean, all joking aside, survive. We did have a rough session last session, and between last session and the session before last session, we're setting ourselves up for a couple of troubling circumstances. For one, our wife is a little upset at us because there's an upcoming festival at the city of Benfi where she was hoping to speak in the opening ceremony. She was hoping to actually replace a separate, or like another politician, I should say, who has already been, given this honor of leading the opening speech. She refused to meet me in the middle. I had to say no to her because honestly she was, if you ask me, being a little corrupt there, because that's what nepotism is. Trying to use her connection with me to oust another politician. Though I am obviously behind her cause. It's all about the women's rights movement, getting women more equality. And that's something that we've seen as a bit of a through line throughout these last couple of sessions as well, as we take a look at education especially, that we also did a fair bit last session. We went to that school. It's almost difficult to call it a school. It's like it was more like a military complex, honestly. It was super nationalistic. It was, it was more about training little soldiers, and over there we learned as well that the boys and the girls get different lessons. Again, and you can imagine how those lessons are divided, how those classes are divided, right, based on whether you're a boy or a girl. So that was a whole hubbub, of course, and we took down the classroom we visited had a picture of Saul in the background. On the back wall, and we had that taken down, which is causing a little bit of friction within the party because they feel like I might be a bit of a party traitor, I suppose. But that's okay. That's okay. We'll be fine. We proceeded to have a conversation with the USP, with our party. We had a conversation with it was Gloria Tori, who wasn't very pleased with how we were not wishing to, how we're not willing to rather kind of bend on some of their requests. So we're likely seeing a lot of votes lost there among the more kind of old guard sub-faction of the USP. So that's a problem. However, we did manage to get a pretty good conversation going with, what was the man's name? I'll like recognize it when I see it. I'm sure someone in chat remembers it better than I do. What was his name? Damn. He's the leader of the of the reformists or of the moderates. Oh, if I just remembered his name, everything else would fall in place, and I can't. His name is not coming to mind right now. But nonetheless, we had another conversation as well. And that went better. Aldor coming through with that super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that greatly. Again, as I say always, these kinds of things really help the channel so very much. Thank you very, very, very much, my man, coming through right again at the start of this stream, kicking off this weekend solidly, y'all, in chat today. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's huge, man. Thank you. Albin, yes, thank you, Albin. We spoke to. How can I forget his name? There was like the chipmunk. I was chipmunk references. I remember the chipmunk references in chat, but I couldn't remember Albin. I guess my mind just did not want to make that connection. But yeah, so we spoke with him, and they seemed a lot more on board. I do believe we had to instate term limits in order to get him and his people on board, and so we did that, and then we proceeded to give a speech as well, and the speech seemed to go pretty well. The speech was for the entire party. It seemed to go well. We got some good applause. We got some good responses. I do believe that our opposition here, Friends Richter, I believe their party is going to be with us. Especially because now they get the term limits they were hoping for as well. That's not the person we spoke to, and it wasn't related to this opposition party, but if I recall correctly, Friends Richter was also pushing for term limits, so they should be even happier now with our constitutional reforms than they were before. I'm really hoping that goes through. If that's the only thing we accomplish before we get dropped, I don't think I'll be too upset. Maybe, yeah, I don't think I'll be too upset. And then to wrap things up last session, we had the market crash, and the joke I was making earlier was with regards to the fact that supposedly the market in the real world is due for a bit of a an interesting situation, depending on sort of whose voices you're listening to. Obviously, I don't know. I have no idea about these things. Obviously, I don't. I only marginally follow these things, but it is funny to see the conversations that are happening out there. But in the game itself, we had the market crash horrifically. Largely, I imagine, because of our budget choices, but we did feel they were necessary. We tried to make sure that the judiciary, schools, and medical or healthcare rather all got at least something, and it's not going to come for free. But it dropped our economy significantly. The recession feels like it is more recessed than ever, I suppose is the way to put it. It seems like we're not going to get a recess from this recession, huh? But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. The market crash was definitely not good for us. It hurt the economy a lot, and that's sort of where we ended the last session. I do believe that captures... Oh, yes, of course. There was that religious harmony bill nonsense that came through right at the end as well, and that was these guys trying to make sure that all religious sort of ceremony and figures spoke Swordish, and we would kind of close off. Again, it's a name that really tells you what they were going for if you realize they were going for the opposite of what the name suggests. But yeah, we shut that nonsense down. That was some nonsense. Haldor, it's because I'll be drunk and annoying throughout the stream. I mean, drunk, sure. Annoying, we'll find out together, I suppose. Classified, spend 1 wealth to buy tiny whips. That should help. Yeah, it'll reinvigorate the economy. Unfortunately, we don't have that 1 wealth. I'm waiting for that pocket radio investment to really come back for me, so that we can come through and yeah, let's say whip the economy into shape. Let's put it that way. Who runs the party? Oh man, I don't know. I thought it was me, but I don't think so. That mustache is still thick. Yo, it's the thickest, man. There were a couple of thick mustaches in this game. Not as many glorious beards, I've noticed. It's like Crusader Kings for the beard game, but Suzerain for the mustache game. You know, pocket whips. Did the Harmony Bill pass in the first? How did the Harmony Bill pass in the first place? Well, because see, that's the thing. Our Nope, that's not the screen I want. Our party has a majority, and when you have the majority, unless there are people in your party who are willing to like flip to the other side, as it were, you can kind of do whatever you want. Of course, you have to be careful because you want to make sure you retain that control the next time around. But yeah, that's probably how. Still waiting for the pocket radio investment. Wasn't that like in episode 1? Yeah, it was. It was a long time ago. That's what I'm like, did it just not go anywhere? Because that would suck. There are no alerts or events or anything, so that's all good. Let's go ahead and dive right on into our first thing. A call from Gus Manger. Or is it Monge? Again, I've seen some French names now, so I'm starting to feel like his name is actually Monge. I tried a bread for the first time in my life. It came in mostly gray or bright orange, so I had to shave. Oh, a beard! That was a strange typo. So I had to shave after 2 weeks. Yes, I mean okay, that's fair. I mean, hey, if you can rock no beard, that's great. If you can rock a beard, that's great. Alright, let's go ahead and do this call that Jazzy B seems to recognize. I was sipping my first cup of coffee for the day when the phone lit up and rang. I swore under my breath. I thought my schedule was clear for at least half an hour. I picked up the phone. Mr. President, how are you? Not so great. You must have seen what is going on. Oh, okay. I'm guessing that only happens if the market crashes. I've been told that the market crash is not something that always happens. It is based on some decisions, and I assume the economy were those decisions. You. Gus, you're my Minister of Rural Development. Can I be honest with you? I think I can be honest with you. Sure. You know what? Yeah. Not so great. You must have seen what's going on. See if he's able to provide any solace. Sorry to hear that, sir. It's not great on our end, too. Some of our investments in Sordland are suffering due to Black Tuesday. I'm calling you because I received a call from the CEO of Armadine Industries, Aaron Bridges, about the recent initial public offering on the Benfi City Stock Exchange. Is this actually... Are we literally just now about to talk about our investment? As you might have guessed, It's about a little venture investment of 1,000 shares worth nearly 1 million ren. Instead of suffering losses due to market volatility like most public firms in Maricopa, we actually came out unscathed. Arcasia wasn't influenced by the Black Tuesday crash. The shares have doubled in price at the IPO in the VCSC, and we will soon receive the profits made from the investment. Oh, hey, sweet. What are the chances? We were talking about this literally as we dive into this. It could have been much worse, but we got out of it with the best outcome. Isn't that great? I guess that is great. Unbelievable. How can you say that when the Swordfish economy is crippled? I knew it was the right call to trust you on this. Yeah, sure. Why not build some positive sentiment? The second one just seems a little bit on the greedy side, right? So let's go ahead. I knew it was the right call to trust you on this. I only got a mustache. Wish I could grow one at all. Still pitiful. Oh, we're talking about beards. We're talking about beards and mustaches still. Remember to shave the neck area. I'm like looking through chat because I feel like I missed something, but it's all it's all beard and stash talk. Do we have a cape in a despot run? If not, what's the point? True. Appreciate it, says Gus. In total, we have made nearly 2 million Swordish ren. I bet that right now you're wishing you had bought more stocks earlier, right? No, that's not how you approach the stock market. Darn it, yes I do. I'm not much of a risk taker. It was good for a start, for sure. It definitely was. I assure you, this will pale in comparison to what we will do together in the future. The money will be transferred to your personal bank account shortly. Now, when you say, does that mean my personal wealth will go up to 2? Because I invested 1, it doubled. So I imagine it would go up to 2. Yeah. Just invested in some GameStop, eh? Shortly? Oh man, you know what? Gus is onto something. Our money was made off of a short squeeze on an IPO. Yeah, that that makes sense. Very well. Talk to you later then. Keep me up to date on other opportunities. This is the beginning of a good partnership. Keep it up. Partnership is a strong word. But I guess it's in context, it's okay. Yeah, it's the beginning of a good partnership, but also keep me up to date on other opportunities. I don't know which one to go with there. Sure, let's go ahead and make him feel good about the situation. I think so too, he says. Goodbye for now. The line dropped. Didn't even wait for me to say goodbye. Jeez. Can you feel the capitalism burning your soul? Oh my god. I don't know 6x Lord if he offers many new investments, but that conversation made it sound like you can either, imply that you're open to it or not. We do have some news to look at first. What do we got from The Economist? Armadine stocks jump to nearly double. Oh hey, yeah, our wealth is too. Good. The CEO of Armadine, Aaron Bridges, announced the IPO this morning at Venry City Stock Exchange, with the opening value of the stocks doubling due to high demand by the market. Images of celebration were visible at the Venture Times newspaper. A new era for portable radios has begun for the average citizen, with major advances in military technology pushing civilian technology forward. Yeah, that's how it be sometimes. Nice. All right, cool. I'll take that personal wealth. Hopefully we'll actually have some use for it. Hopefully we'll actually be able to do something with it. Hopefully we're, because our personal wealth is nowhere near equivalent to our budget. I imagine one personal wealth does not equal one budget for the entire country. On the topic of budgets, Haldor coming through with another super chat. Pocket radios. Hell yeah. Time for celebration. Thank you very much, buddy. Again, I can't even. I appreciate it so much, dude. It really helps the channel so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wild. 6x, I don't know. One good return sounds like bait, to be honest, from a gameplay perspective. Jeez, honestly, right? Ted, the 20th century in a nutshell. Just Conrado, personal wealth is up over here. So this is personal wealth, and this is the government budget. Don't ruin your wallet if you're actually... Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. Elder Irish, hey party and everyone. I'm a few minutes late. Hope I haven't missed much. Not too much, buddy. We did our little recap, so if you remember most of what went on last time, then you're pretty good. We just had a conversation with Gus Monge, and our investment has provided some returns. In fact, it doubled. And I guess we sold off, and our personal wealth has now gone from 0 to 2. So we good. Also, yeah, Ribery is the name. Ease, I see you in chat. I know at least one person will get what I'm getting at. Ribery is the name that made me realize that Manger's name is probably monge. Probably has a little bit of French to it. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what we have to deal with here. Private party. Oh no, of the Gentlemen's Club. Oh dear. Oh dear. Hang on a second. Okay. And the briefing on the status of immigration regulation. All right, let's have this party. David B, how's it going, buddy? Just lurking here for a little. Sounds good, man. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good week. Hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for dropping by. You can spend your personal wealth on either 100,000 radios or one crafted javelin. God damn it. There's a cross series reference there. All right, let's have this party. I assume when it says gentleman's club, it doesn't mean a gentleman's club. Though Peter's the one throwing this party at his villa, and they were having some marital problems, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a gentleman's... Oh dear. Well, we're about to find out. We're about to find out. Far from becoming accustomed to my workload as president, I only felt more and more snowed under as the weeks passed. It had been ages since I had any time to myself. I was starting to lose my focus, and my temper was growing increasingly thin. Peter was the first to realize I needed a break. and so we're going to... So what are we getting up to? Yeah, Wickle seems to have the right idea. Esteban, it's... well, I was thinking about Frank Ribery. That's who I was thinking about, whose name is spelt exactly like that, except there's an accent in his name, if I recall correctly. That's who I was thinking about. We're about to get demonetized. Sounds like it. Sounds like it. After all I can think about is oh my god. All I can think about is yeah, post-nut clarity. After much cajoling, he finally persuaded me to come to a meeting of his new venture, Gentlemen's Club. Dude, this can't be what we think it is. For the past few months, he'd be hosting a salon of sorts, not just for politicians and businessmen, but also for artists, entertainers, people of taste, he told me with a smile on his face. Yo, when someone calls somebody a person of taste, oh no. Oh no. Entertainers? Oh no. There was only one rule. Oh no, no wives or girlfriends allowed, hence the name. Bruh, okay, this is... And so I found myself in front of his new luxury villa in Erlery. A very loud jazz music emanated from inside. I waited and waited. Finally, Peter opened the door. I could smell the whiskey on his breath. Anton! Finally! Now the real party can start. Come on in! As soon as I entered, Peter closed the door and turned to the small crowd. Gentlemen! A minute of your time, please. I now have the privilege to present to you the man himself, the 4th president of Sordland, Mr. Anton Rain. I'd known him for long enough to understand that he was more than a little drunk. He made an elaborate mock courtesy as I passed him and walked into the room. The music stopped, and I felt everyone's eyes on me. Oh man. Oh man. Thank you, Peter. What's next? A choir, a marching band? And I present to you Peter Vector, the first alcoholic vice president of Sordland. Good evening. Oh, dear. This totally feels like... I don't know. I hope y'all catch this reference, but in The Fifth Element, when Ruby Rod turns to our lovely protagonist with the mic, and the first words he says are just like hello or something, as a good evening. It just seems like that kind of a response. Bonk him into horny jail. I mean, there's no... Oh, you know what? I just realized. Now, this might be just an oversight in the writing, or it might be 100% intentional. No wives or girlfriends, he said. Not no women. It's called the Gentlemen's Club, but it's not no women. It's no wives or girlfriends. I'm just throwing that out there. Don't think Peter needs any bonks. Yeah, I think he's all the way there. I think yeah, horny jail is the way to go. We need to send Peter to thirsty jail. Damn these youngsters with their newfangled jazz music. It's the 50? Is it newfangled? I guess. I guess. Aiden, how's it going? Arrived just in time to join us at the Gentlemen's Club, I suppose. All right. There's got to be paparazzi there. It's 100% going to backfire. Oh, a 1,000% this is going to backfire. I think okay. It's like we could either be. See, here's the thing. 3 is like, you know. 3 is okay. Look, 1 is definitely pissing on his parade, almost in some ways, literally, right? It's basically calling him out on being overly opulent, and I'm kind of I kind of feel that, you know, personally. It's kind of like, man, the market just crashed. The market just crashed, and this is what you're up to. This is bad, dude. Or I could call him out for being alcoholic, which I think is also, it's kind of like pissing on his parade, but it's you know, playful, right? It's playful. 3 is, yeah, perhaps presidential. That's the word I was maybe looking for. You won't be a party killer? Oh god, I'm the only party here. How dare Peter throw a party? I'm the only one allowed to throw parties. You play rock and roll and the audience will just look at you strangely, but the kids are gonna love it. God. 1 is ungrateful, 2 is rude but deserved, 3 is awkward. That's another way to break it down. Good evening could be taken the wrong way by the media is also what I'm thinking. Good evening sounds like this is all fine by me. This is definitely going to backfire. If we're too positive on this, it's definitely going to backfire. Now, the question is, who is the crowd? We've got Peter himself. We've got politicians and businessmen here. Oh, this is dripping with grossness. This is dripping with grossness. Subvert Gaming, when you say time to get some singles, you mean ones, I assume, right? As opposed to single ladies that are at this party right now. I mean, either really points in the same direction, but I catch what you're throwing. Man, Ease, are you on a meeting? Still reading chat, but stream is paused. You don't work these. Oh man, timing, poor timing. So first it was a secretary with big curls, now it's a party. What's next? A full-on dungeon. I mean, we live in a palace, right? It's a literal palace. Peter's only role in this game is getting you in trouble. It honestly feels like it. So I'm thinking about those singles, those ones. We don't have, in Canada, we don't have $1 bills. It's $1 coins. So I'm just picturing flinging coins. Jeez. Alright, you know what, chat? I'm gonna throw it up to you guys. You let me know. Cause for me, alright, here, let me get this poll going first, and then I'll go over this. I don't even know how to pose this question. There we go. So I think it'll literally be, I'm gonna have 0 be abstain, so it's not as confusing as it can be sometimes. So, and I mean abstain from voting, not abstain from whatever the hell's about to go down over here. Marching bands is gonna be option number 1. Then we have alcoholic as option number 2, and good evening as option number 3. Folks, go ahead and, as soon as you hear Party Bot, let you know that it is time to vote. Time to vote. Let me know what you think. I'm kind of torn. Cause like, this is definitely, if we partake, this is gonna backfire. Subvert Gaming, make sure you follow that format that you're seeing with like Conrado C and Classified. If you, that's the only way the vote gets counted. Sorry, I forgot to mention. Yeah, exclamation mark vote space and then the number. Again, 0 is abstain, and then 1, 2, 3 matches up as you expect to. Also, I do apologize. I know I was talking about getting the voting on screen, like the visualization on screen, but I was not able to get that done in time for the day. I've been busy, as I think some of you will be happy to hear. I've been very busy actually these last couple days, working on the next Humankind medieval history video. It's been the toughest one to research and write so far. There are so many like conflicting notes for some of those cultures and countries. It's literally eaten up the last 2 days almost entirely. I don't recall this week basically, so I apologize for that. But I will try and get that done because it is pretty fun. I thought I saw Conrad. Oh yeah, and you can only vote once, by the way. So don't don't bother trying to vote multiple times either. All right, numbers are coming through. But yeah, so what I was getting at is oh, this is actually going in a very interesting direction. I was not expecting this. All right. So yeah, like for me, I like, again, I feel like this is definitely going to backfire. And even outside of backfiring, I think based on who I've been so far, I feel like I might actually call him out and just be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? The country is in shambles and you're throwing this party. What is wrong with you? But I can just as easily see like not wanting to upset everybody here and still, you know, kind of like slap on the wrist over here for our party animal of a vice president. Good evening sounds risky. Good evening sounds risky. All right, I'm gonna give it like another 10 or so seconds, 10 or 20 seconds, and then we'll call the vote because I think the numbers have stopped coming through. I thought I voted wrong. Oh yeah, no worries, Conrado. I think I understood what was going down there, but that made me realize I wasn't sure if anybody had tried to double vote or anything like that. He's drunk, can't really help the country. Well, maybe he should be a little less drunk, perhaps. Can't really help the country, can't really help himself. Have I played Jurassic Park? You mean the old game that was on like Nintendo 64 that was kind of like a Turok ripoff? Yeah, a little bit. I assume you mean Jurassic World Evolution, though, if I'm not being facetious. Nah, didn't really catch my eye. Like, the concept is interesting, but it doesn't have the gameplay features that makes the other Planet games very interesting, so I'm going to need you to go ahead and get back to Not going to happen right now, I'll tell you that. Not going to happen right now at all. Because we're too busy trying to rule a country. Though it certainly feels like a zoo. Alright, that's the vote done. Let's go ahead and stop the vote. And again, I'll be honest, that did not go as I had anticipated. The winner, without a shadow of a doubt, is calling him out on being an alcoholic with 12 votes. Just saying good evening had 6 votes, and calling out marching bands and whatnot had 3 votes. So yeah, looks like we're going with calling him out on being an alcoholic. Yeah, sorry, dude, I was kidding around. I every time I think about Jurassic Park games, that game kind of triggers my my nostalgia. But yeah, Jurassic World Evolution, I was really excited that Frontier was making it, but then I realized that like, it wasn't really the same as those Planet games, and so hopefully they do a follow-up that has more of those elements. But okay, here we go. I present to you Peter Vectorn, the first alcoholic vice president of Sordland. Wow, we are a harsh audience. Yeah, evidently so. Calling him out for being drunk McDrunkpants. Man, Bodie McBoatface not getting that name is a travesty. Shows you the failures of democracy. My joke didn't sit well with Peter, nor the crowd. There was a short, awkward silence before he continued. Great, so we got the worst possible choice. The worst possible choice. Dear members, please give a warm welcome to our very special guest. If I may, Anton, here, take this. He handed me a glass of whiskey and put his hand on my shoulder. We all know why we're gathered here tonight. To celebrate life. To have a brief escape from our tumultuous professions. Dude, I personally don't know any better cure for stress than a little drink. Oh, I see. He's constantly stressed out, is what he's saying. Maybe Peter is having this party as he got a small windfall from investing in some radio company. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he should realize how I'm not throwing a party. Poisoned. Oh, you think... Nah, Peter's not gonna try and kill me. We've been friends since, like, high school or something. Yeah, I agree, 6X Lord. But I feel like if there is anybody from the press in this crowd, they're going to see my joke as me participating in the camaraderie, as it were. Only a little one. Oh God. I'll drink to that. Raise your glass. Oh man. God damn it. I don't agree with this toast. I don't agree with this party. Only a little one. I'm gonna call him out. Only a little one. Marcus, how's it going? What have you missed? You've missed, we did our recap. We got our investment back. Our investment in Pocket Radios has returned a wonderful return. And now we are at a party that our lovely friend and VP is hosting called the Gentleman's Club, which I imagine will feature as much debauchery as that and he might imply. Yeah, man, I'm calling him out. Is there a throw it over your shoulder option? Yeah, I was actually talking to a buddy of mine recently about Suzerain. He just picked it up. I was talking to him about that conversation with the wifey on the walk, and we both were talking about how, like, yeah, sometimes this game really needs that other option that is just like not there. That's the only thing that I feel is like, don't get me wrong, like nothing from the game, because that's the limitation of this kind of game. You can't do anything about that. You can't foresee every possible conversation option. But every once in a while, it feels like there's that one option that should have been there that wasn't. A few people in the crowd chuckled, and some raised their glasses. All right, cool. At least I got a couple chuckles here. Now, the tradition dictates that as the club president, I have to remind you of our house rules. There are 3. No politics, no wives, no one sober. Cheers! Oh my god, yes. Peter drank the whiskey in his glass in one go. I will sip my whiskey, because that whiskey will be had. No, see, like I said, no option to just put the glass down. It was either down it or take a sip. I couldn't just put it down or set it aside. Anton Rain might have the power to make presidential decrees, but I, Peter Vector, the president of this club, now declare this party started. Music! Go! The band started up again. Cue the cantina music from Star Wars. After greeting the crowd around me, I felt a hand on my shoulder. Oh, here it is. This is where I die. Peter, let me show you around. We walked through the corridors of his mansion. Statues and paintings lined the stark white walls. An arched window provided a view of the neatly manicured grounds, complete with a swimming pool. This is disgusting. It's a frat house? That's like an understatement, honestly. Jeez. Oh no, Esteban, as Margaret Thatcher said, the problem with standing in the center is that you might get run over by those going both on the left and the right. God. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Cultured Saketh about what, sipping the whiskey? Sergio, how's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it. Going pretty okay. I mean, things actually, I'm fine. I don't think Anton Rain is doing so hot. Party pooper elite. Listen, when it's a real party time, I assure you, I am nothing like this. We're playing a character here. This is gross, man. This is gross opulence. A grand lesbian marble staircase led up to the second story. Peter gestured at the massive crystal chandelier hanging overhead. That chandelier was made in the 18th century. Can you believe it? There's even a hedge maze in the garden. What is this, Versailles? What's the story behind the chandelier? How are you paying for all this? An 18th century chandelier, a hedge maze? A little much, isn't it? Ah, come on, Anton. YOLO. God damn it. You only live once. I'll let you in on a secret. Gus Manger has a lot of contacts in real estate. He brokered a good deal for me. He'll also be here tonight. I can introduce you if you like. Oh, no. Oh, no. What did you promise him in return? Only my money. We continued walking until we circled back to where we had started. Couldn't watch last episode, Sergio? Anything crazy happened? Oh man, a couple things, yeah. Mostly it was about the push for, well, we're seeing the beginnings of the push for sort of equal education, women's sort of equal education for men and women as well, or boys and girls, I guess. Whatever, you know what I mean. That was like kind of the main thrust of the last session. There was also a huge stock market crash, being referred to as Black Tuesday, and that is why our economy seems to have collapsed. That is, I would say, the biggest thing you missed last session, perhaps. This is too tame for your taste, party. I thought you were a man of Tzeentch. Oh yeah, I'm a man of Tzeentch, but you know, I can change my ways if necessary. That's how a man of Tzeentch should be, right? Yeah, ease. Turn off teams. Turn off teams. Saketh, evil tyrannical President Rain boosts whiskey industry to put country drunk enough to listen to him. Yo. So, what do you think of my little hideaway? Frankly, I find it disgusting. I don't know. I feel like Peter might actually kill me if I antagonize him too much. Maybe he's too drunk to remember this conversation. Oh, I don't know. Military babies, economic destruction, yeah. Frankly, I find it disgusting. I've been calling him out all night. It's not going to stop now. Jealous, are we? Like I said, you could have a place just like this. Anyway, let's get back to the party. Yeah, that went just about how I expected. He did not catch what I was throwing. I arranged some caviar to be brought in from Lesbia. You're going to love it. This is like... He opened the door to the main hall, and we rejoined the other guests. The music was louder now, and the mood decidedly more inebriated. Not for like 2 minutes. Cocktail waitresses. Oh, see, it was not an oversight. It was not an oversight. It's no girlfriends, no wives. It's not no women. Cocktail waitresses were carrying around plates of canapes, wearing dresses that left little to the imagination. I thought this was a gentleman's club. Oh, come on, Anton, don't be so naive. A gesture at one of the waitresses to come over. So this is what you've been hiding from Evelyn. Oh, man, honestly. Goddamn. Poke the bear. He did not step on what you put down. Oh, I like that. You know, I'm going to start using that, Wickles. I like that. Not gonna lie, this party sounds great. It sounds like exactly what I expected. It sounds like exactly what I expected. Did they describe, like, the thick plumes of cigar smoke yet? Because I can see this. I can smell this party. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for the notepad to come out and say Peter bad. Nah, he's clearly going through something. Does that justify his behavior? No. But he's going through something. And if your friends aren't going to help you go through the thing you're going through, then who will? Right? He's my best friend since high school. Right? I gotta have his back, and that's why I'm calling him out, because I have his back, right? Yeah. I feel like he's hiding a lot worse from his wife. I thought this was a gentleman's club. Let's entertain this man a little bit. Let's play the fool a little bit. Would you rather get served by wrinkly old men? Sweetheart, over here. Oh, god damn it. This party smells of whiskey, cigars, and waitresses. Yeah. And a thick aroma of something else, perhaps. Or maybe that's for later in the night. He waved at one of the waitresses, and she came over to us. Haldor coming through with yet another super chat. Dude, thank you very much. Who needs Netflix when you have party? I appreciate that. What would be the party equivalent of Netflix and chill? You got like Netflix and chill, Hulu and Do You. You got like what else? Like what is party and what? Gotta figure that out. She was in her mid-20s, wearing red lipstick, her blonde hair neatly tied into a ponytail. Do ponytails bounce when you move? I'm trying to like figure out, like when you walk around. Curls typically described to bounce. Netflix and party, classified. Party and panic, on her plate were toast points slathered in the lesbian caviar Peter had mentioned. What the hell's a toast point? Is just like a tiny, like one of those tiny toasted breads? 1920s, oh no, the stock market crashed. 2020s, oh yeah, we crashed the stock market. God. I took a bite. It was rich, salty, tasting of pure seaside. I could almost hear the sound of waves and seagulls. Again, had no option of saying no. Lesbian caviar, best in the world. I'm telling you, Anton, there are few pleasures in life that are this. As the waitress left us to serve another attendee, she flashed a quick smile at Peter over her shoulder. He smiled back, a little too broadly. Oh no, dude, this is it, isn't it? Oh man. Oh man. Oh, I can hear his brain right now. What's that line? I hate when you leave, but I love to see you go, or whatever the hell that, like, I can feel what he's thinking, you know what I mean? Classified coming through with a super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. Holy crap, thank you. I appreciate it greatly. Party and vibe. That sounds pretty chill. That sounds like a nice booth. You're chilling, your vibe. I can get behind that. I like that. Bouch kapow says subvert gaming. Oh my god. Poison time. No, I don't think this is the poison we're getting, Ease. I think it's a different kind of poisoning happening. Party, elite, and frolic with glee. PE and frolic with glee. Ah yeah, okay. I see the angle there. Yeah, I hate to see you leave, but I love to watch you go. Classify. There it is. Sensual, says Peter Vector. And wow, somehow he went slimier. That at least I hate to see you leave, but love to watch you go. There's like a wordsmanship to it. You know, there's like I see. Okay, there's wordplay there. You know, this is just, dude, like, holy. Oh my god. His eyes were still fixed on her with an expression I remembered from our many nights out together as students. Oh, look, there's Gus. Why don't you go talk to him? I'll be back shortly. Oh, okay. All right, folks, chat. Okay, listen, legit. I think Peter's about to go, and I'm gonna pull words from Ease over here. I think Peter's about to go wet his wick, as it were, with this waitress. What do you guys think? Do you think that's where he's going? I'll be back shortly, he says. I think that's what he's up to. I think that's what he's up to. Almost like guaranteed without a shadow of a doubt. But get your bets in. Get your bets in. Get your bets in. He's too drunk for wordplay? Man, shameful. Shameful. Lightweight. When I grow up, I want to be Peter. Classified. Oh my god. Sean, how's it going? I had to watch the Pokemon reveal stream. Oh damn, I didn't even realize that was happening today. How's it going, dude? Glad you can make it though. Glad you can make it. Alright. Peter, I'm warning you, man. Don't make a mistake. God damn it. Come on, dude. Mistake? What are you talking about? I'm just going to the washroom. I'll be back before you know it. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna have a sip of my water because I'm burning up and losing my voice. Y'all get your bets. He is going to the washroom. That's not a lie. I bet he is. I bet he is. This guy. This guy. Oh my god. Yeah, I bet he is, actually. He might be too drunk for the whole thing. There could be kids here. There could be kids here. I guess it's good that this game is given a warning. I mean, I don't think that's fine. This is all this is all par for the course. Today's my day of Spindle. Work interrupted my Suzerain time. I missed the first 40 minutes. Aw, man, that sucks. On your day off too. Well, I'm glad you're able to witness at least what's about to go down. There's no what? Oh god. He left the room, and I headed over to Gus. Gus Monge was standing next to a couple of men that I recognized as banking industry magnates. Ugh. As I approached, all of them turned to me and bowed their heads. Wait, which one? YouTube didn't block anything, Mr. President, a toast to our new member, everyone. Gus and I clinked our glasses as the people around us raised theirs. You don't seem at all surprised to see me here. How long have you been a member? I heard this mansion is a result of your connections. Oh, Lord. I might go with you don't seem at all surprised. I'm trying to figure out which direction any of these might go. No, I don't know, Ted. I worry that invites that conversation that I don't think I want to have. You know what I mean? I feel like one is maybe the way to go. Wickles is dangerous. Spindle, just to catch you up, I mean, we got returns from our investment. So we did our recap. We got returns from our investment. There were some news articles. Obviously, Black Tuesday is in full swing still. Or full swing, full dip, however you want to put it. But then this party has been the main thrust of our situation thus far. Wordplay there was actually unintended. But this is a party that Peter is throwing at his new villa, and he calls it the Gentleman's Club, where no wives or girlfriends are allowed, but cocktail waitresses in dresses that leave nothing to the imagination are obviously, serving caviar and well, it's opulence. It's opulence, and we're navigating that. 3 is more investigative, and I want to know. Haldor equals Peter confirmed. I love PE when I'm sober, but it's even more fun drunk. I have no idea what's happening. Party has become my inner voice. I'm glad you're having a good time, man. All right. Yeah. The Wickles. This party is swinging. Yeah, that's one way to call it. That's one way to define this party. One way to describe this party. I'm gonna go with one. I mean, I'm curious as well, but I feel like we're digging ourselves a very big hole with 3. You don't seem at all surprised to see me here. Well, that's because Peter told me you were going to come. Of course he did. He also told me that you might be interested in potential opportunities such as, well, this? He opened his arms, gesturing at our opulent surroundings. Yeah, there's that word. I was waiting for it. Let's take a walk. The balcony has an amazing view of Erlery. We left the room and made our way to the balcony. On the way, he took out 2 cigars and held one out for me. There it is. Man, have I not, like, described this party? Like, called it refuse a cigar. Balcony. If there isn't paparazzi in the party, there's paparazzi outside the party. Someone out there with a telephoto lens, with a super zoom lens, is definitely watching this balcony. President throwing lavish parties in the darkest days of the Republic. I can already see it. Oh, 100%. We are in so much trouble. Just even attending, I'm sure there's only one way this conversation or this situation can go. And I can't even blame the press for it. We went out to the balcony. All of Erlery was at our feet. From this vantage point, I was able to see how expansive the building plot was. The swimming pool and the hedge maze were visible from here. Oh, God, I forgot about the hedge maze. Leaning over the railing, I admired the view for a moment before Gus spoke up. I know you're wondering about the deal Peter made. In a nutshell, thanks to my network, he was able to procure this house for half the asking price, which would have been impossible under any other circumstances. You're wrong, I wasn't wondering. I was wondering. But I don't want to make an arrangement for myself. That cheap, huh? Gus is going to do a hit, man. Is he just going to toss me over the balcony? Nah. He sees me as a money bag. He sees me as a money piñata. I would have been delighted to work with you, but unfortunately a deal won't be possible at this time. Not from me or my contacts, at least. Why is that? I did think as much. I'm sure he wants something. There have been some issues with my business, Mr. Rain. Nothing life or death, but the hard work I put on the cancelled railway took up so much of my time that I've had to postpone some projects. I'm sure you understand. I understand. He downed his whiskey. Everyone's just downing their whiskey over here. I mean, I get it. It's that kind of a party, isn't it? I always inhale and die coughing. Oh, with cigars. I thought you were just talking like in general, just like breathing. Ease smoked them before as well, but can't say I enjoyed. Would not do again. Ease, is it just me? But I've never enjoyed a cigar. I mean, I smoke cigs, but I never enjoyed having a cigar. It's just me. I've enjoyed. I've had the occasional cigar. I've enjoyed every cigar I've had, but they all have like their own. I don't want to say rules, but there are ways to ensure that the cigar is maximum enjoyability. But also, it's totally a matter of like taste and stuff and preference as well, right? Like, but I do enjoy, or I have, I guess, in past enjoyed the occasional cigar. The last time I had one was, holy crap, years ago. Whenever we used to do really long tabletop role playing, like campaigns. And every time we'd reach the conclusion of a campaign and one GM would pass the torch to the next, we would celebrate with a night out, and that night out would eventually end with, everyone's poison. Like a couple of my friends had like pipes. I had to, I would have cigars, stuff like that. It's been years now. Holy crap, it's been years. Anyway, nostalgia side. If you'll excuse me now, I'll go refresh my drink. See you around. This is a good example of an old decision coming back later on. Oh, does this have to do with like our investment options from earlier? Holy crap, that is a very old decision, yeah. Ren K1124, I've never made it to a live stream before. Well, you made it to this one, and I'm glad to see you. I'm glad you made it, buddy. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you have a cool weekend ahead of you. Thanks for coming through. Alright, he left to rejoin the party. Alone on the balcony, I looked out over Erlery. Suddenly, I heard a rustling from the hedge maze below. Ah, it's the paparazzi. Oh no, it's not the paparazzi. Oh no. I looked down and saw a silhouette. 2 silhouettes, actually, so close together they seemed to be entangled. I squinted and tried to get a better look. It was definitely 2 people kissing, but I couldn't see either of their faces. I returned to the party and spent some time mingling with the other guests, engaging them in small talk about their businesses, their children, their relationships. Around an hour later, Peter showed up next to me. See? I told you I'd be back before you knew it. Was that you in the hedge maze? Alright, you see... Okay, so we could go... Oh, it's definitely Peter. It's definitely Peter. Yeah, exactly. Okay. I feel like this is an opportunity to see if Peter... I mean, he's gonna lie to me. He's gonna lie to me, right? So I could either just call him out and see how he responds, because either way he has the opportunity to lie to me. This way, we can let him know we know. Now, if he knows we know, will that close him up to us or open him up to us? Just what you need, a scandal in the government. Yeah, honestly. He already lied, why not continue? Yeah, that's true. That's true. He didn't go to the washroom. God damn. I think I'll go with 2. I think I've seen some calls for like not being direct. I've seen some say go with 2. I think we'll go with 2. Sure. Was that you in the hedge maze? What are you talking about? I told you I went to the washroom. Around the same time you were gone, I saw 2 people kissing in the hedge maze. I'll be direct. Were you kissing the waitress? Nothing. Just curious. Oh man. 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2, around the same time. See, one is one of those, like, I know, but I won't say. Like, it's one is like, you know I know. And I know you know I know. And 2 is, I know. You know, it's just like, straight up. Ease, oh my god. Wickles, I mean, you know, maybe the caviar doesn't sit well with him. Saketh. Taste his lips for lipstick. I can visualize it. Yeah, Wickles, that's what I was thinking too. I will be direct. It's a pretty even blend in chat. I'll be direct. Were you kissing the waitress? What? No. How could you think that? I'm a married man. Okay, you know that you can tell me anything. Like I said, if he opens up to me, right? Like, I can help you through whatever you're going through, man. But you gotta let me in. You know that you can tell me anything. Hey, you can have her if you want. Anyway, want a drink? Because I do. Classic. Yeah, okay, he's definitely him. It's definitely him. He poured us 2 large glasses of whiskey, and we drank them in one go. Throughout the party, we drank and drank, just like old times. We're definitely getting in trouble for this party. Definitely getting in trouble. I woke up the next day with a pounding headache and more than a few regrets. Oh no, what the hell does that mean? See, this is what you gotta have. Look, you have your coffee or your breadsticks or your carbs or what have you before the party, and you gotta hydrate. There's rules to this game. Nimai D'Souza, how's it going? I don't think I caught you earlier, but thank you for dropping by. Like Caro Dawson, that reference does not ring a bell. Pantron Wolf, good point. I did tell my wife I would talk to him, but if he's not going to let me in, then I can't really, not much conversing I can do. Oh my god, Saketh next to a dead waitress, naked. Oh, I hope not. Someone went for the waitress after all. Yes. Oh, Spindle, did you miss that? Well, I assume it's Peter. Why did For You and Your Men get blocked by YouTube? What YouTube? What is up with you, man? My memories of the evening were hazy, but there was one important detail that kept coming back to me. The red lipstick on Peter's collar. There it is. But maybe my memory was playing tricks on me. Yeah. Thought so. Alright, here come the papers. Coming through to paint us in the worst possible light. Yeah, there we go. Not even surprised. I can't blame them. Vice President Peter Vector and threw a lavish party at his new 1.5 million Swordish Wren 3-story Erlery mansion, which was attended by high-profile businessmen and politicians, including President Rain and the Minister of Rural Development, Gus Monge, according to our sources from the old capital. According to the reports, guests arrived in elegant suits and dresses for the swanky affair in the evening, but the Vice President and the President was nowhere to be seen at the entrance of the huge mansion. Nonetheless, it is worrying that Rain and Vector are throwing parties and having hidden meetings during the economic recession with so much trouble surrounding our nation. From the prism of leadership, the President and his administration have been an absolute failure. Extravagance and secrecy never, ever stops with this President. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. I did not... God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Oh, okay, this is not about us. Police violence in the old capital. After the arrest of Vice President of the Young Swords Cultural Centers, a group of teenagers started protesting in front of the Erlery Police Department, shouting, "Police are fighting for the wrong side." Within a few hours, the small protest pulled a lot of people to join in, which prompted the police forces to intervene. We, or our cultural organization, pose no threat to the national security of Sordland or to any other foreign country or state, a protester said, waving a flag of the Kingdom of Sordland. Excuse me? We have not and do not plan on engaging in acts of terror or violence. Nonsense. The group had dispersed after the arrival of the riot police, and several arrests were made. According to the reports from the scene, many protesters were beaten up by the police, with at least 20 being critically injured. Aw, damn. Esteban tolling the shame bell on me. Man. Things are looking pretty good. Yeah, we're doing all right. Now over here we got Whole Sword posts connection to Young Sword. Oh, hello. Wow, okay. Chief of Police Carl Grieser reported that Young Sword's sympathizers, as well as several old members of the terrorist organization, are currently working for the newspaper, Whole Sword Post. Investigations are underway. Interesting. Interesting. All right, time for this briefing, I suppose, with a hangover. I mean, again, it's not like it's literally the day afterwards, but let's go ahead and deal with this. Holy crap! Oh man. We were in the middle of a meeting in the palace about our immigration. Jeez, maybe I've been drinking. We were in the middle of a meeting in the palace about our immigration policy. The ensuing discussion quickly became heated. I don't think so, Mr. Whiskey. Oh, there's that whiskey again. It just doesn't make any sense to me that a foreign citizen should come before a Swordish citizen in Sordland. Well said. My analysis is also in line with this, especially during the economic recession. We are giving Swordish jobs to migrants from other countries. What about our own people? Immigrants are the reason our economy isn't completely unsalvageable. Look at Agnolian immigrants in Agneland. They have revitalized the whole region and in turn boosted the economy of the entire country. Simon can attest to that. Statistically speaking, allowing immigrants to become part of the workforce contributes to our economy, but I agree that the current situation is very nuanced. With that said, we can't just tighten our immigration policy and expect the economy to stay the same. We need to put our economy and the recession at the forefront, especially after our entire fucking stock market went down the tubes. I've never seen Simon this rattled. Everyone in the room turned to him in surprise. Many of you have never heard me swear, unless you join me for Cartel Tycoon. But it's, PG-13. You get one F-bomb in a movie. From whiskey to whiskey. Yeah, Jen, I was thinking the exact same thing. From whiskey to whiskey. And the game definitely has that sense of way too realism. I like that phrase, that word. It draws inspiration from a lot of very real situations, historically and more presently speaking as well. So it really taps into stuff wild. But as Ease said, yes. Was that the first time the F-bomb was dropped in this game? I think so. Haldor, oh, I'm sorry. Why? What did I miss? Oh, can we just stop the stream and cuddle? Miss Elite can join. Wait, if I stop the stream and just walk away, she's at work right now. Well, not at work, working from home, but Still work. And yes, the Cartel game is on Steam Early Access soon. Indeed. Yeah. That was a fun game. That was a fun run we had. I'm sorry for losing my cool, Mr. President. I've been working day and night. I'm currently looking into ways to find out how we can recover from this tragedy as quickly as we can. Be careful, don't burn yourself out. I'm expecting good results. Don't fail me. How's it looking? Is there a way out? No, okay, be careful, dude. Don't burn yourself out. See, often when it comes to work, I often say, it's like, listen, it's not like you're, saving the world, curing cancer, that kind of stuff. Whenever it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to need you to work the weekend because the client is like, look, we're not curing cancer here. Do I really need to work the weekend? Does anybody really need to work the weekend? Is this actually that important? But in this case, it might actually be that important. I see you, Ease. I see you trying to push this man to his death. I'm gonna say be careful. Don't burn yourself out. Don't burn yourself out. At work, yeah, at. I put the at in quotation marks. Very much work. Very much. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that earlier, Haldor. Sorry, I think I was in the middle of swapping over to this conversation. My apologies. Like a lot of my Tuesday streams, I died a lot. Yeah, man. There was a flag. If there's a game with a flagship or a leader, expect death. Such as this game, where I'm the leader. I'll do my best, but the future of Sordland citizens is at stake. Gentlemen, can we please get back on topic? Right. Sorry, Mr. Whiskey. As I was just saying before I was interrupted, look at the superpowers. Do you see them closing off their borders? Why do you think their economies are in such good shape? They're in their current state because they welcome immigration and use it to their advantage. We need to modernize and reach the level of superpowers. I agree that we need to consider the economic impact of immigration. Sordland citizens must come first. So we straight up said one of our campaign promises was to be open as far as immigration is concerned, to be more, to loosen up our immigration situation and whatnot. Oh yeah, this game is, like, playing as a despot would absolutely be a fun run in this game for sure. For sure. He's, like, no hesitation there. We need to modernize and reach the level of the superpowers. Actually, Ease, I'm surprised. I understand why you're going for 3, but think about 1. Wouldn't you rather have nukes and a super powerful, military arm and economic arm? No. I agree we need to consider the economic impact of immigration. I guess that is a fair kind of middle ground. I feel I was thinking 1 is also pretty decisive, but I'm seeing a couple calls for 2. Poor Simon, he's a strange one, but not a bad egg. Simon. I feel bad for this guy. Minister of Economy in the middle of a recession. Oh, good hell. No, you're not annoying. No, that wasn't annoying at all. He's, goddamn it, man. There's the ulterior motive. The not-so-hidden ulterior motive. 1 comes with non-Sordland citizens. Can't have that. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Maybe. I think I'm gonna go with 1 actually. I think I like the implication of this. 1 sounds like changing the topic from immigration. I think the implication is we modernize our immigration policies. I think. Oh, I see, Spindle. I see. I'm of the same mind. It is proven that immigration helps countries to develop, and we cannot just deport our current immigrants. We need a decision. But before we move on, Mr. President, do you have any questions about the current state of immigration? What is the current legal status of immigrants? How many immigrants live in Sordland? How do immigrants usually arrive? I don't have any questions. Yeah, sure. I mean, we should know what the hell's going on, right? What is the current legal status of immigrants? Currently, all accepted immigrants are given a work permit on arrival, so that they can work and contribute to the economy of Sordland. There is currently no limit on the number of immigrants accepted. However, the number has remained stable over the past years. Despite the laws, the fact is many immigrants illegally work for corporations. That is the main issue with immigration right now, and not the immigration itself. Nonsense! If not for the unlimited amount of immigration, we wouldn't be in this state. How many immigrants live in Sordland?
Official numbers show that we have anywhere between 2 to 3 million immigrants residing in Sordland. Dude, that's a big range. 2 versus 3 million? That's like, come on, man. I'm kidding. Even excluding the countless undocumented aliens in our midst, that is a very substantial amount. The primary issue is the strife they cause between less fortunate Sordish citizens and themselves. Yeah, I gotta check the population. So between 2 to 3 million versus... where do I even see? Sordland, Republic of... I don't know if our population is listed anywhere, because I know with the other countries you can like click on their flags, or like their emblems or what have you. Like if I click here, it'll tell me their population, but I don't think we can see ours, can we? If anybody knows, let me know. BM, how's it going, man? Glad you can make it. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your Friday and or weekend, depending on time zones, but glad you can make it. Yeah, I'm not sure, Spindle. It's not been said, but I think we have 35 million when you searched. Okay. So, like, roughly, let's say 10-ish%. Okay, fair enough. Including them in the workforce would benefit everybody, including unemployed swords. More taxes means more services. Okay, how do immigrants usually arrive here? There are 3 major paths they choose. The first one is the Anglan to Agnolia border, the second is the Bergia to Welland border, and the third is the Lorin coast. Agnolians are the largest groups. It's a light border over there, although recently, political fugitives from Volksland have been crossing the Grey Sea by boat to land on our coast. Politically persecuted Wessex refugees tend to use the dangerous mountain passes at the Welland border. Many of them also have Brutish blood. That wasn't the question, Lilius. If I recall correctly, yeah, I remember that. Okay, let's move on and see what can be done without, or rather about the immigration situation. Very well. David Whiskey opened his dossier stamped with the seal of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade. Before we make any decisions, I have to remind you, during the elections, we promised to keep our immigration laws relaxed, which I think is the right course of action. I disagree. We're supposed to control and reduce the negative effects of immigration, like crime and subversion. I see your point, Joseph, but the economy certainly benefits from more immigration. Internal order, on the other hand, suffers immensely. We should tighten the laws to prevent further chaos. She's the potentially corrupt individual, just as a reminder. David sighed wearily. This is going nowhere. If we decide to tighten immigration, what does that entail? What are the consequences of keeping our policy relaxed? Aside from keeping us on the path to prosperity, modernity, and continuous improvement, not much. Our current system is good for our era. We also have the capacity. This will allow us to continue protecting investments from foreign countries, which in turn will keep our trade steady. We would be more trustworthy partners. Stability draws money. Stability? What stability? We're already seeing clashes between our people and foreign interlopers. On the contrary, the only way we can achieve stability is through tightening our immigration policy. You heard the lady. Sordland first. Okay, if we decide to tighten immigration, what does that entail? Again, we should always hear people's opinions and make decisions from there, right? We would have to impose quotas and, connected to that, stricter border control. On top of allowing our economy to take a hit. Mr. Hall, surely the well-being of our citizens and our internal security will more than compensate for any downturn in the markets. Downturn? Have you been paying attention? Have you what? It won't be a down, there's no more down it can go. Agreed. Swordish citizens should take priority. I'm ready to make a decision. Yes? Everyone leaned forward, eager to hear my response. We will keep immigration laws relaxed. I am glad you made the right choice. We will be forced to handle new waves of migrants from Agnolia. Our border posts aren't ready. Not only that, we've just abandoned the native swords who need our support the most. Also, this will bring a new tide of refugees from Welland. Bergia is already a difficult region to manage. This is shameful. This man's gonna kill me. We're not leaving Sordland unprotected. It's a logical decision. My decision is final and irreversible. Time to move on. The citizens aren't forgotten. Our work for them continues. I like that because I feel like it reminds people of our approach here. The citizens of Sordland aren't forgotten. Our work for them continues. And now they will compete with foreign immigrants just to put food on their tables. I am disappointed in you, Rain. Anything else, Mr. President? Thank you for your contributions. Nah. Let's end this discussion and get to work. There are changes to be made. I want everybody here to get used to the new changes. This is our new direction. That's asking for an assassination attempt. Thank you for your contributions. Let's wrap this up. The ministers gathered their documents and rose from their chairs, some with frowns on their faces. I'm looking forward to the upcoming trade talks. Peter and I have been visiting Salport and Raklovitz in preparation. I'll be coming along to talk with the economy minister, looking forward to the potential partnership. If we are finished, I need to head off and get the ministry to work on the policy. Same here. Our border units need to be informed and prepared. Keep up the good work. The minister is dispersed. Oh, dear. Invest in pocket toe clamps? Yeah, honestly, eh? Make that clamp his mouth shut. Ease, I love the emotion PE puts in the dialogue. Thank you. I try. I'm glad it comes across. He says while the economy is in shambles. Well, I mean, like what's his face was saying, right? Like these guys, if they come through and they work and they pay their taxes, it all feeds the economy, right? Lilius going full solist. Yeah, seems to be the case. I still remember him shouting enough when the old guard tried it on. Oh, dude, that man legit upset me. I was like, yo, what are you up to here? Yeah, we opened the borders. Rock. Don't worry, we didn't close them. We kept it relaxed. The only options were to keep them relaxed or to tighten them. And we kept them relaxed. Why do I feel like Lancea wouldn't be against disposing of you? Oh, dude, he's totally planning it already. Sorry, they're planning it already, I should say. They're all planning it already. God. In come the toe puns. Okay, well, that was a thing. Let's check out what the news has to say about these events. The Radical State continues its war. In like a good way or in like a bad way? Earlier today, Johann Gasmich, one of the leaders of the Red Youth, was arrested on his way to Benfi. Police said he was planning to escape Sordland with the help of a cargo ship from the port of Benfi to Ravnos Island. Yeah, see, this is what it is. Oh, I thought you guys haven't been doing anything wrong. Following his arrest, a group of militants fired at patrolling police officers in the city of Volgin. After the incident, which saw no deaths from either side, the city plunged into chaos with opportunistic looters flocking to the streets. Soon after, riots began in the largest neighborhoods of the city, which was stopped after the arrival of the riot police to the scene. I'm actually surprised that the Hallsword Post hasn't reported on this, considering their recent discovery of the people that work there. But yeah, we banned both political militant wings, militant youth organizations. God, pretending to be simple youth organizations. Oh, is that the party at Benfi? The celebration at Benfi, the festival, sorry. Red Youth hideout raided. Vesord Police has organized a raid early in the morning to an abandoned building in the city of Vesord, under suspicions of hiding Red Youth members inside. The successful raid arrested 8 militants, 2 military-grade assault rifles, and bomb-making equipment have been secured. Jeez, that's a serious raid. Haldor coming through with yet another super chat. Thank you very much, buddy. I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. I appreciate it a lot, dude. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, we don't have to worry about the monetization of this episode. I guess y'all carrying us over here, our members and our super chatters today. But this episode is almost certainly going to be demonetized, though. Thank you, dude. It means a lot. Really helps the channel a lot. Oh, damn. Ooh, hey, hello. Did the codex update? I didn't know that was a thing. This is new. Johann Gasmich is a Sordish communist revolutionary of Agno-Sordish descent, activist, the founder of the former leader of the Red Youth. Ah, I see. He was arrested after the ban on the Red Youth and is currently being held in Antal Rock Prison. That just makes me think of The Rock. The movie, not the wrestler. Gasman studied in Arvory State School. I mean, okay. I think we're... Okay, it's good to know that we get updates for when new things are added. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Can chat demonetize me? There was a time... I don't know if it's still the case, but there was a time where that was if I recall correctly, that was a thing. But also, like, I read out a lot of stuff from chat. And I mean, this, we've also made a couple of offside jokes, as it were. You never know when the foot comes down, when the YouTube foot comes down. You never know. Better safe than sorry? Yeah, that's not really true in this case, I guess. Recent updates have added bits to the codex. Like, I think the communist leader has a photo too. Oh, interesting. Interesting. The Ministry of Justice reports that the restructuring of the ministry has been completed with success after the increase of its budget. According to the report, a large portion of the budget was transferred specifically to solve the case backlog issues at lower courts, which has already helped ease the situation. Excellent. Additional efforts will be directed at fighting corruption, upholding the integrity of judges, and the consolidation of the rule of law. Minister Morgna said that she intends to bring back trust in the justice system with more accessible and efficient courts, a public information campaign, and by rooting out corruption in society. Again, this is the result of our financial decision-making last time and partly the time before that as well. Part of what has us in this budgetary situation. All right, what's going on at Benfi? Yep, the opening of the Benfi Festival. Cool. But first, there's this report over here. Editor of Radical is suspected of helping terrorists. Oh, jeez. Dude, what the hell? Swordish intelligence reported that John Dandurn, a famous journalist and columnist at the Radical, is suspected to be working for the terrorist organization Red Youth. According to the report, Dandurn had continuously published anti-government articles and repeatedly attempted to report on state secrets countless times. Dude. Moreover, he has publicly endorsed Red Youth in the past and promoted millennialist ideals. Dude, what the hell? What's the deal over here? Relaxed immigration. Okay, gotcha. And order, we have streamlined immigration and nationwide protests quelled. Oh, hey, that's nice. That's nice. Banhammer 40k demonetization of YouTube. Yeah, I mean, we're let's see how Slanesh does with Total War, right? All right, let's do this. Benfi High Arts Center at Benfi. The opening of the Benfi Festival. Our motorcade slowly made its way towards the magnificent Benfi High Arts Center. Night was falling, and the festival was about to begin. I flipped through the brochure that had been given to us at the hotel. On the front page, there was the face of Curtin Lest, mayor of Enrica. He was a Benfi native who had a long-standing relationship with the city's current mayor and had been personally invited to make tonight's opening speech. The Benfi Festival was one of the biggest events of the year. It originally marked the start of the annual religious pilgrimage, a weeks-long journey still undertaken by devout Neurists. But today, it was better known as a cultural celebration that drew thousands of revelers to the city. Try not to get drunk this time. No promises, no promises. There were film screenings, concerts, theater and dance performances, art exhibitions, and celebrity-studded nightly galas. The opening ceremonies were broadcast on TV and watched by millions. As the car slowed, a coterie of reporters and security guards rushed to meet us. I turned my attention to Monica. Since I refused to let her make the opening speech, her attitude towards me had changed. She now only spoke to me if I asked her a question or if it was something important concerning the children. Yo, that ain't right. That's not fair. That's a silent treatment nonsense. Nothing is solved by the silent treatment. That's some real world advice for you. Ease, dropping the Discord link in chat. Good point, Ease. Yeah, I haven't mentioned it yet today, but if you haven't yet joined our Discord, folks, hit that link up. Join the Discord. It is a fantastic community. Lots of wonderful people playing all sorts of wonderful games. The ones that you see covered on the channel, and much more besides. Also, folks, I just want to mention, if you've been enjoying the stream today, if you've been enjoying just the live streaming and the chills and the hanging out, leave a like, let me know. whether you're watching live or again, if you're watching the VOD as well, leave a like, leave a comment. I suppose perhaps I should have warned at the opening of today's session that there might be, because I remember with the Narcos game, I was like, hey, heads up, adult themes, and I just kind of assumed that with a game about politics, there are going to be some adult themes as well. Thinking back on this stream so far. She knows you were at the Gentleman's Club. I mean, yeah, but again, silent treatment is going to have us discuss what went down there. I'm surprised, like, I imagine that I've spoken to her, like, wow, yeah, so that party was interesting. And, you know, she could have either said, oh, what happened? Or she could have been like, oh, well, good for you. You know, like, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? I don't think continuing to gallivant with Peter will help your marriage and your family. Gallivanting? No. But helping him course correct? I don't know. Is there any rescuing him? Say nothing. Are you still angry about my decision? Will you ever forgive me? I told you my reasons. I know, and I understand. It's just going to take me some time. She clearly did not want to pursue this topic any further. As soon as Serge opened the door, we were enveloped by the roar of the crowd. The next few minutes were a blur of handshakes, photos, and reporters' questions. The onlookers cheered as we walked the red carpet to the newly built arts center. Hang on a second. Just gotta check something here. Alright. We followed the guards through the cavernous white halls until we came to a set of arched doors leading to the auditorium. We waited outside as security did a quick sweep of the area, then headed in. I had been asked to make a quick set of remarks introducing Curtin Lest. I beckoned Monica to join me on the podium. Is she gonna say no? I'm going to find my seat. Yo, come on, man. What the hell, dude? This ain't cool. Esteban. Yeah, exactly. Who would have thunk? Who would have thunk? She's got them curls. You know, when her image first popped up, I was like, oh yeah, there are those curls. I was gonna say it, and I was like, I can't remember if that's and I'm, you know, it's romantic in its own way, isn't it? Keep wifey on your good side. Yeah, for sure. She's gonna be upset about this for a while, but hopefully we can, you know, overcome these family troubles. Monica brushed past me. Oh, man. Took her seat in the front row and crossed her arms. I walked alone to the podium. See, this is the thing. I understand where she's coming from, but this is helping nobody. This is helping nobody. I spoke for just a minute, reading a paragraph my speechwriter had churned out about the importance of the festival and Benfi to Sordland. I concluded by inviting Curtin Lest, the mayor of Andrica, to the podium. I stepped down and joined Monica to the front row. Or in the front row, sorry. Her arms were still folded. I just want to say something really quickly over here. I don't know if this was intentional by the writers, but this is... What I like is, like, the way this is written and the way this is paced, to me, at least, it reads as though Anton right now is more concerned about his wife than he is about this speech introducing this very important individual. And I like that. I like that it kind of like, I didn't have to like pick and choose, oh, how do you introduce him? What do you say? It keeps this section very concise. And to me, it communicates what Anton is thinking, what he's feeling right now, where he's prioritizing. Maybe that's just me. But I like that. The game does that often, and I think they've done a very, very spectacular job with the writing for many reasons. Curtin Lest. Welcome to the first day of the Benfi Festival. He paused for a moment to let the crowd cheer, and his eyes briefly met mine. Look away. No. Why not just, like, stare back at him? I mean, neither of these... I guess I'll nod. I think I know the hand gesture you're talking about, Wickles. This is a night for the people of Benfi, indeed for the people of Sordland, to put aside their differences and come together in celebration. Oh, this is gonna go sideways. 100% this is gonna go bad. No speech opens like this and stays this good. There it is, yet. Yet, as we unite for the festivities, we must remember the real reason we are gathered here. The crowd fell silent. The people were giving their full attention to what he had to say. This festival was founded around the principles of our cherished religion, Nurit. Yet, over the years it has been severed from its sacred roots and become something else, something more perverse. An excuse for public drunkenness and grotesque displays of the flesh. An occasion for young women to parade their bodies and engage in lascivious behavior. As he went on, I could see Monica becoming increasingly agitated. Here we go. What the hell is he talking about? Lascivious behavior? What century does he think we live in? Pretend not to hear her. This is another thing this game does really well. I don't know. Just let it be. I'm not going to tell her to hush. I'm not going to hush her. That's the worst possible decision. I don't know. Just let it be. Monica turned back to watching the speech, a frown on her face. Perversion, hidden under the guise of art, is not befitting the beautiful city of... The crowd was becoming restless. Many of the younger attendees were murmuring in disagreement, while a few of the older ones were nodding vigorously. As I said, perversion hidden under the guise of art is not... Enough! The hall fell silent. Monica rose and continued. Mr. Lest, it is not young women who are a disgrace to this fine festival, but you! You and your backwards puritanical attitudes which have been holding this country back for far too long. Watch the events unfold. I stayed in my seat and watched the events unfold. Monica turned to face the audience, speaking loud enough to be heard without a microphone. Women of Sordland, we must not let people like Mr. Lest use religion as a justification to demean and oppress us. Our time has come. Shocked gasps ran through the crowd. A few people rose and applauded. Curtin Lest waited to speak. I think Mrs. Rain is forgetting her place. Do you think my place is, Mr. Lest? The kitchen? This festival is not about your retrograde traditions. We're living in modern times now. It's 1954. And it isn't your place to decide how the people of Benfi, especially the women, should be celebrating their own festival. Well, do nothing. Keep at it. I keep watching in silence. I looked at the podium to see Curtin Lest's piercing gaze on me. There would surely be a price to pay for this. Mr. President, could you please control your wife before she embarrasses herself any further? Monica, get back in your goddamn seat. No, we're not saying that. We've been over this. I'm so sorry about this, Mr. Lest. Please finish your speech. You know what, Curtin? My wife is absolutely right. Yeah, see, now that I've heard his speech, yo. You know what, Curtin? My wife is absolutely right. Monica looked at me, surprise registering on her face. Thank you, Anton. I turned to Curtin. Your task was to give an opening speech, not a moral lecture. I will finish my speech if you'll allow it, Mr. President. That's up to the people of Benfi, isn't it? I turned around to look at the crowd. The people immediately started booing Curtin. He ignored them and continued with his speech. Benfi has always been a beacon of culture, tradition, and religion. Many battles have been fought over this precious city. Army after army has tried to claim it for their own, but we fought back and won each time. We stand here thanks to the strong men who are able to protect their families, their lands, their way of living. Every day I praise God that we have succeeded so far. Scattered applause broke out from some of the older members of the audience. I leaned over to Monica. I praise God he's only allowed to speak for another 2 minutes. He sounds more like a priest than a politician. Oh, damn. All right. Conrado left at the end of the party, came back at the beginning of the festival. His country knows how to have fun. Yeah, right through a recession, right through political and economic turmoil. Yeah, Rock, he can't talk to my wife like that. No. He was well out of line. I'm torn between 2 or 3. I wonder if she'll see the humor in 3 and like understand, like, you know what I mean? Like understand that I'm joking about the God part of it. Wickles, yeah. There we go. Figure Ease or Spindle would get to that. Totally agree, Wickles. Totally agree. isn't it a tourism and party destination? Yeah, exactly, 6X Lord. It's just like, pretty sure, quote unquote, again, air quotes, debauchery goes down, like, every day. I think she'll understand. I think so, yeah. I praise God he's only allowed to speak for another 2 minutes. Monica stifled a short laugh. All right, kid. Oh man, that's so weird. I legit cracked a smile. I'm like happy that my relationship with my digital in-game character's digital in-game wife is seeming to improve. Again, like I said, the writing in this game, man. Yet the traditions that form the very fabric of our society are being tested, even as I speak. He looked pointedly at Monica. We must stay true to our values so that Sordland can prevail, so that Benfi can prevail. With these at the forefront, I am convinced that Sordland will continue to be the greatest nation in the world. I invite every single one of you to celebrate our roots and our traditions at this holy Benfi festival. I hereby declare the festival open. Praise God, praise Sordland, praise Benfi. Amorgna West Cor. Vectrin Sis Da. Most of the people in the hall finished the decades-old saying, including me. Monica's lips moved, but she didn't say the words out loud. He exited the stage as the band struck up the official festival anthem. I spent the rest of the evening alternately watching the festivities and conversing with local politicians. By the time we got back to the hotel, I was exhausted. Ease, it's more like I can see the internet taking that quote out of context. I'm curious if Miss Elite actually overheard the all the party shenanigans. I always like after the stream. I always like talking to her about like stuff that went down and like what she heard and what she got from like the half that she witnessed, which is just like me speaking. It's always fun to experience that. Sergio, you're headed out. Damn it, I have to leave. Try not to be killed. Please, I want another episode. Sounds good, dude. Thanks for dropping by. Glad you can make it. Have yourself a wonderful weekend ahead of you, man. And I'll catch you hopefully on Monday with Crusader Kings, or perhaps Tuesday or Friday again, or elsewhere as well. Thanks for dropping by, dude. Real wifey versus proxy wifey. Thanks to the festivities still raging outside, and the sounds of Monica tossing and turning beside me, I couldn't sleep at all. Jazzy, I see the party really started line. I see it. All right. You know what? That went well. I feel like we handled that entire thing decently. From declining her replacing his speech because that would be unfair to him, to adapting to evolving situations. Let's put it that way. Protests and looting. Protests and occasional looting continues in the region of Nargis. The police reports that the violence has been minimized and the situation is mostly under control outside the big cities. Estord Police Force reported that several militants have been hiding among the protesters and are being watched closely. Good stuff. Refugees of Vernon. Reports from our borders and the Wessex city of Vernon show that there are about 1,000 people running away from Wessex military forces towards the Swordish border. Very well. Ease, that's true, actually. Last session I joked about sleeping on the couch or in the doghouse, but at least we are, yes, sharing the bed, as it were. That's a good point. Those after-stream conversations gonna be funny. Yeah, they're pretty entertaining. Between Crusader Kings and Suzerain especially, yeah. All right. Oh wait, let's take a look at the news first. Geopolitico. While in deploying special forces to Vernon. Oh dear. President Smolak has announced that the city of Vernon has been put under curfew along with 7 other towns in the northeast of the country. The Wessex Army has been deployed, specially trained The Wessex Army has deployed specially trained military forces in the city to combat the militant organization Blutish Freedom Front. Welland has increased its efforts in fighting terrorism with aerial campaigns and ground operations targeting BFF militants and their hidden bases. This operation will surely have consequences for the region, particularly for the neighboring countries of Lesbia, Roomburg, and particularly Sordland, which has a large population of Blutish people living inside its borders. Damn. At least I'm not yet a cannibal that we know of. I don't know, man. Peter's... How deep does Peter's debauchery go? Oh god, Esteban. Powell, because of me, you've bought the game and already finished twice. Awesome. Well, it sounds like you're enjoying it, and I am glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, this game is super dope. I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it a lot. All right, downtime at home. Oh, nice. Some time to cool off after these recent events. It felt like eternity since the Benfi festival. Had it really only been less than 24 hours? I was at home now, and drinking an afternoon coffee on my balcony. A stack of newspapers lay by my side. I picked them up one by one, reading and rereading the articles about the festival. You know, I'm just gonna throw this out there. It'd be hilarious if what kills us is our like eating and drinking habits. We have a lot of coffee and we have a lot of whiskey and we smoke cigars. Like, I don't think I've once read like, yes, I sat down with my salad. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like yeah, we're gonna have like, oh yes, your triple bypass failed and you died before someone's able to assassinate me. Or maybe all the whiskey is the long con. We'll watch it on VOD. Sounds good, pal. Well, thanks for dropping by. Have yourself a wonderful day. I'm glad you were able to make it. Where are your children? Sakyth asks. Hopefully we're about to find out. I hope they haven't been kidnapped. We haven't heard from them in a while. Some of the newspapers were merciless against Monica for interrupting Curtin during his speech. A few even called for her to be barred from political matters. Others expressed their support. In any event, I was relieved that the incident hadn't reflected too badly on me. I was putting the last newspaper down as Monica joined me on the balcony. Listen, can we talk for a bit? Of course. What is it? Monica sat and picked up the nearest newspaper. She pointed to a particularly insulting headline on the front page. I never in a million years would have wished for this, Anton. I just wanted to thank you for supporting me and apologize for creating such a spectacle. All I wanted was to bring the people of Sordland together the way you're able to, but not like this. Her eyes were getting moist. A single tear fell onto the newsprint. If you're going to succeed in this, you have to be stronger. I know you can be. It's okay, everything is under control. Wipe her tears away. I did warn you, but you were always stubborn. Yeah, now's the time for an I told you so. Okay, I'm torn between 1 and 3. Wipe her tear away is, of course, or her tears away is, of course, you know, very sentimental and supportive, right? If you're going to succeed in this, you have to be stronger. I know you can be, is supportive plus plus, right? To me, yeah, E says for it. To me, 1 is the way to go. 1 sounds more supportive. Yeah, exactly, 6x. Words literally out of my mouth, yeah. 1 to me sounds like, look, I'm with you in this, but if you're going to do this, this is how it's going to be. And we can work together, and I know you can do it. Like, I believe in you, right? I feel like 1 is the way to go. I feel like you can do 1 and 3 at the same time in real life, Jazzy. I feel like you can do both those at the same time. But in the game, there can only be 1. I think we're going to go with 1. Oh, he says 1 too. Oh. If you're going to succeed in this, you have to be stronger. I know you can be. Oh, Anton. Her eyes filled with gratitude. I could see she'd slept as little as I had since the festival. Thank you. One more thing. You know how stubborn I am. Perhaps the festival wasn't the proper forum to air my views on women's rights, but I still need to do this, Anton. I want to officially adopt this cause as First Lady, to actually get involved in politics, not just give impromptu speeches. I could even help your education minister with those reforms she's working on. I know this is something you're passionate about as well. Can I count on you? Of course, my love. I'm looking forward to working closer together. First Lady has work to do as well. Ease, I love that. I hate the people, not the wifey. Alright. Legit. Alright. I think she reacts the same way with 3. Oh, sounds good, Jazzy. That's interesting to know. Oh, Anton, this means so much to me. Monica hugged me tightly, and I felt some of that past day's tension melt away. Thank you. A noise came from the balcony door. We both turned our heads to see Deanna standing there. Mama, I'm hungry. Let's go to the kitchen, baby. We'll make Papa the best snack ever. Yeah! No comment. They left the balcony and returned half an hour later with a large cookie. Deanna had written my name and icing on it, which is one big cookie. As I sipped my coffee and nibbled the cookie, I thought that I'd made the right choice. Things were going to get harder, but at least my life at home was somewhat peaceful. I just want to say, you think Deanna didn't know what was going down? You think the kids weren't aware of mom and dad fighting? They were aware. They knew we weren't doing all right. Kids know this stuff, man. Yeah, the giant cookie with the my name and icing is pretty adorable. Undeniably cute. Poisoned. Yeah, my own kid poisons me. By accident, though, entirely. What's going on in Lockhaven? The Ministry of Statistics, along with the Ministry of Economy and the Central Bank, have delivered a preliminary economic status report detailing that the recession is deepening and the financial system is headed towards a potential collapse if we don't take serious action. Minister Hall said that the situation was dangerous. Oh, yikes. Home life, at least, is great even if the people end up killing you. Yeah, exactly, yeah. At least I had a good home life. It's got to be a big cookie to fit President Anton Rain on it. Yeah, true. That's a lot of letters. She'd better include my title. No child of mine excludes the title. Or they get the belt. That went as well as it could? I think so. Time to die. Alright, we've got an incident down here. Budget allocation of Swordish armed forces. Ooh. To determine the current situation of the military and its spending policy, we held a meeting in the White Room. Well, hang on. Can I interrupt this to read the news really quickly? I like to try and stay organized here. Lockhaven Times. As we're waiting for everybody to arrive, all the attendees to arrive, we'll read the paper here. First Lady steps up. Benfi Festival is now in full motion, and the festival goers are enjoying the many attractions set up. However, this year's Benfi Festival started eventfully. Mayor Lest's opening speech was interrupted by the First Lady, Monica, who stood up to remarks made by the mayor after he declared the festival activities perversions. The crowd absolutely loved the response from the First Lady, leaving the mayor embarrassed. Very well. Peter, Vulcan, and Yosef were seated. More quality time with Toeman, yeah, evidently. General Vulcan, Mr. Lancea, well, let's start with the briefing. Very well, Mr. President. We have prepared a briefing to convey further detail about the current situation of our military. Which branch would you like to know about? What is the situation of our army? According to the latest reports from Camp Strongarm, currently we field 6 armies totaling up to approximately 400,000 active troops, which is a good amount. The real issue we're having is the quality, not the quantity. Alright, what is the current equipment status? Our army is quite outdated by today's military standards. Most of our equipment is 2 decades old. To make up for our lack of modern military equipment, we resort to a large number of soldiers, which is not really the long-term solution. I've been trying hard to reduce the negative effects of this problem. We don't need a modernization program. A standardized purchase of lacking equipment would do. We need more funding towards expanding the military size, otherwise our army will be seen as weak. Alright. Where exactly are our armies deployed right now? Well, the first army is stationed at the Lesbia and Welland borders to protect the way into the central regions of Sordland. The second army, our strongest force, has been situated by the Rumburg border. The second army has a large mountain commando force, and it is the best equipped army because they are facing Rumburg. The third army near the Agnolian border and coastal areas facing Volksland. Due to our bitter past, we generally keep a coastal defense force, although many years ago, the decimation of our fleet still is not forgotten. How do we compare to other armies? Rumburg fields about 6 armies amounting to 1 million soldiers. Lesbia fields 5 armies, which amount to 800,000 soldiers. Volksland field 1 army of about 140,000 soldiers. Alright, so weaker than Rumburg and Lesbia, significantly. Stronger than Volksland. But between Volksland and us, still weaker than Rumburg and Lesbia. Uh-oh. 6X Lord, I was actually thinking that exactly. First Lady, they just called her by her first name, right? Yeah. Not her full name. That is at least a slight bit of disrespect there. The country is not yet at war. No nish-nash. We're just discussing the military situation is all. Welland fields an army amounting to 100,000 soldiers, and Agnolia fields 2 armies with a total of 200,000 soldiers. Alright, so a couple people were stronger then. Well, a few people, I guess. The sheer size of Rumburg's army is because of their forced conscription laws. Due to their massive gold reserves, they're able to afford it. On the other hand, the Lesbian army is the most advanced, followed by the Volkslandian army. Both of these countries put lots of money in modernizing their military. I'm curious about another branch. Very well. Let's talk about our Navy. Our Navy currently constitutes 59 ships with a total of 60,000 sailors and support staff. As you know, these ships are commanded from our main naval base in Conriat, where our flagship, SN Renan, is docked. Oh no. Remember that name. It's gonna burn down. How does our Navy compare to others? Our Navy is dwarfed by the size of the Volkslandian Navy, which has 194 ships, and the Ignolian Navy that has 81 ships. With a coast like this, that's the Navy we have? Are you kidding me, man? We only surpass Lesbia in terms of our Navy, as they have less than 30 ships. As you see, the situation is dire, but the solution is not just more ships. To make a truly better Navy, we need to equip our ships with modern radar and sonar systems. More outdated ships wouldn't mean much. Which seas does our Navy currently patrol? We're patrolling the Markian Sea, the Grey Strait, and the Antichaean Sea. Our Navy protects all our coastal regions, however, to make sure we are not thinning out our defenses. We prioritize certain... Our Navy protects all our coastal regions. However, to make sure we're not thinning out our defenses, we prioritize certain regions over others, like Greater Holsword. We often patrol the routes that are close to the shipping lanes, especially Markian Sea and Grey Strait. The amount of cargo that goes through that area is eye-opening. Another thing to note is after the takeover of Helgeland, where our Navy has led incursions operations to protect Agnolia, we also take part in some joint Navy drills as well. Okay. Let's hear about the other branches of the armed forces. Do we have... Yeah, details on the Air Force, please. Our Air Force currently has 410 planes in the inventory, out of which only 140 are jet planes that are not in great condition. Yikes. 30,000 pilots and support staff work in the Air Force, and they are commanded from the Mark Air Force Base in Erlery. What are our operational capabilities? Our planes can bomb targets within 400-kilometer radius of their airfield. They have medium range and semi-effective nighttime bombing capabilities. At any time, we can field 7 air wings composing a total of 130 aircraft that can operate in combat duty. This is enough to subdue most targets. Oh, are you saying, do we have air superiority? Or, I doubt it, 140 jets versus 410 total planes. In terms of our bombing capability, we have an average of 100 meters of precision. This is not great, but it is still within the effective radius of the bombs. How experienced are our pilots? Our pilots have average experience. They have a total of 450 hours flight time with their craft before they are qualified. This gives them more than enough time to get used to it. This is low compared to 1,000 to 1,500 hours in other countries like Arcasia, United Contana, Lesbia, and even Volksland. Normally, the hours per pilot should be higher, but due to the lack of funding, we can't increase the training times. Fuel costs are rather high. Alright, how does our Air Force work together with other military branches? The Air Force is trained as an independent tactical support branch, which means it assists other branches, but doesn't collaborate. This does cause some issues, like friendly fire and missed close air support opportunities. Yeah, what the hell? I was like, wait, hang on a second, what? Superiority, oh my god, Esteban. I just caught that. There are many ways to improve collaboration with joint operation rooms. Something to think about, surely. I would like to know about the other branches. What other branches? Any specific ones you want to know about? Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, let's move on. Let's. He cleared his throat. The Ministry of Defense is disappointed about the lack of additional funds. We knew that keeping the same budget for the military would cause some concern from you. Military is important, but it's not a priority right now. Resources were more needed elsewhere. The military has always been well funded. I'd be willing to support the military in other ways. We could come to an agreement. Oh, okay. Maybe. Maybe. We request any support we can get at this point. The military circle has been moody after they heard the decision. We expected more. We know that there have been high hopes, but the president has made his decision to prioritize other branches. We are stuck between a rock and a hard place without money. The military suffers from budget overextension in order to keep up with other countries. Yosef let out a long sigh. No use complaining now, Vulcan. Let's look at what we can do with what we have. Wow! He said something reasonable. I've been planning to improve the quality of the armed forces by buying better military equipment. How would that be possible without funds? It won't be. There is one way. Oh, no. We're not gonna align with a superpower. That's got to be where this is going, right? Oh, okay, no. Oh, okay. If we relieve half the forces that could create enough of a surplus, then we could invest in new equipment. Oh, boy. Okay, go on. I need some more details over here. Vulcan's eyes widened. We're barely matching the size of half our neighbors, while the other half have armies 2 times bigger than ours. How on earth would discharging half the armed forces and buying new gear solve our defense issues? Vulcan raises valid questions. Quality over quantity is the right strategy for the future of warfare. Having a large force doesn't necessitate superiority. The reduction of the army would cause more unemployment, which could hurt the administration. What do you think, Mr. President? Damn, I don't... Quality over quantity, yeah, but... Leave the military untouched, there's no reason to break a working structure and risk defense weakness. Reduce size and buy better equipment with surplus. Let's reform the army and create a smaller, better equipped force. Go and beat up some looters to train the men. Yeah, exactly. It should be easy, right? Do you want 100 looters or 50 legionnaires? Quality over quantity, yeah, makes sense. I just worry about the whole unemployment aspect of it. That's where my mind went right away. We do have a massive border. I'm seeing calls for 2 over here. I'm thinking that's kind of where I'm leaning as well to see what it does for us. It is a dedicated, equipped task. Well, not task force. I mean, if you half the size of our army, it's the size of a task force, not the size of an army anymore. You want a dedicated force, not forced conscripts. True also. You know, yeah, I guess we could try and modernize. I mean, better air superior, like, better air force working with a better navy, working with a better army altogether, like... Better doctrine is what we need. An out-of-date army is a dead army. I'm sure there are stories out there of the opposite, but those are just like exceptions that prove the rule, as it were. Sure. It seems like, by and large, there are some voices to keep the military untouched, but by and large, a suggestion is to go with number 2. Think about it. What he's really suggesting is throwing soldiers under the bus to please big weapons manufacturers. Oh ho ho ho! That's one way to put it. But I don't know. Yosef has never come across as the type of person who has non-military ulterior motives. You know what I mean? Less friendly fire. Do you mean like because there's less friendly soldiers on the field, there's less chance of shooting one of your own? Keith, how's it going? Glad you can make it. I'm gonna listen to Yosef here. I'm gonna listen to Yosef over here. Might be making a huge mistake, but sure. And again, most in chat seem to be leaning towards 2 as well. So reduce size and buy better equipment with surplus. Let's reform the army and create a smaller, better equipped force. Excellent. I shall begin the plans immediately. If the weapons manufacturers are Swordish weapons manufacturers, then maybe the laid-off soldiers can work in the factories. I can hardly say that I welcome this change. Yosef and Vulcan looked at each other. That will be all for today, then. Good work, everyone. I'd like to extend my thanks for your attendance. The meeting concluded as the sun set over the concrete jungle that was Holsword. Beautiful. Young Swords militants arrested. The Anrika police force has organized a raid today after reports from the Swordish Intelligence Directorate about suspected Young Swords activity in Anrika. The police were ambushed during the raid of the suspected building. In the firefight that broke out, 4 militants were killed and 10 more have been arrested in the aftermath. Unfortunately, an officer was also killed during the fighting. Aw, man. That ain't right. Vulcan supported Luterain's coup that deposed the first president. Oh no, maybe I've upset the wrong man. You think Yosef isn't underhanded enough for corruption? That's one way of putting it. Yeah, like he doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like he has that kind of ulterior motive at all. He wants his soldiers taken care of. Military force reduction. The Hallsword Post. The Maroon Palace has announced the reduction of the military size and a major restructure of the Swordish armed forces. The Ministry of Defense announced that work has immediately begun to adjust the forces and maintain force capability under the new changes. Chief of the Armed Forces, Vulcan Kruger, has called a major challenge to the integrity of the military, warning that nearby threats are watching the developments closely. The General Staff has voiced concerns about the military applications of the changes. The palace assured that national security will not be compromised. Second Kontanen satellite in space. Damn, these guys are on fire. Chairman Leon Malinev addressed the world announcing the second successful satellite launch from Rostonur Air Base, which has now reached low Earth orbit. The chairman praised the scientists and the UCOSM that allowed the country to reach space a second time. The functionality of the satellite was confirmed when radio contact was established after deployment. Man, between Perseverance and this article, I really want to play Kerbal Space Program again. I was so tempted. It's been so long since I played that game now. He's straight-laced but old school. Yeah, that's a good way to put him as well. Vulcan is big-time old guard. Yeah, so basically not on our side. More or less. Quality is key. It's the disparity makes a big difference, right? The quality disparity, but the numbers disparity can also make a difference. But there's a tipping point for both of those categories. Adequately equipped military. Adequately equipped. Okay. Military is adequately equipped to be effective enough in the field. I guess if we'd given them more budget, then it would have been like properly equipped or better equipped or something different. Something. And there we go. A decision to reduce the size of the military was made. Oh, don't phrase it like that. Say a decision to improve the quality of the military was made. That's how you should phrase it. Right? Folks, meeting done. We have ahead of us a report about the education reforms. The Ministry of Education is reporting that the massive overhaul to the education system is progressing very well. All schools in Sordland will collaborate in the reduction of hours taught in citizenship, solism, and nationalism subjects. Significant efforts are being made to lessen the political indoctrination in education. Other changes are also happening in the curriculum. Pedagogical improvements like improved teacher-student relations and the emphasis on critical thinking development have begun all across the entire country. Minister Walder reports solid progress on many fronts, with few schools delaying the transformation on political grounds. Beautiful. And we have this to deal with next. A discussion on the formation of a new police force. Oh, this must be the anti-corruption police. Well, folks, the anti-corruption police will be discussed, or I guess whatever this is, will be discussed next time. We are reaching the end of our session, as we've gone on for that targeted 2 hours. We will be back with more Suzerain, of course, next week, Friday, at the same time. Don't miss it. Things are really heating up. I think all the issues are on the table. Things are going to be very interesting. Things are going to be very, very, very interesting. But yeah, on your way out, folks, again, make sure you hit that like button if you had a good time, whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD. Again, really helps me just make decisions with regards to what to do on the channel, what to do more, what to do less, how to approach various items. As always, a massive thanks to all of y'all that have been able to join in. Again, whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD, greatly appreciate the company, greatly appreciate that we're all enjoying this story as it unfolds. Classified coming through with a super sticker that says vibes right at the end there. Thank you very much, buddy, for that super chat. I appreciate it greatly. And again, to all of the super chatters and our new members today, I again greatly appreciate it. It really, really helps the channel out, really keeps it sustainable, really keeps just the live stream sustainable as well. Words can only do so much to express it, but it's absolutely huge. And thank you very much for that support. A massive thanks as well, of course, to all of the... Oh, why are you not working? Why is this not showing up? All right, it's okay. It's okay. We're not leaving. All I got to do is this, and bam! Massive thanks to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. I do have to update this list a little bit. There's some new names to put in. I'll be doing that this weekend. But thank y'all very much again. It's keeping us going. It's absolutely huge. And thank you all for joining in and watching. Again, without each and every one of you, this channel would not be what it is today. It's been an absolutely wild journey. Thank you very much. I hope you all had a good time today. I certainly did. This was an interesting stream. We had that party to kick things off, and then the festival. This was a very eventful session. I think this might have been my favorite. Well, the birthday stream is untouchable, of course, but this might have been my favorite stream of favorite session of Suzerain. Apart from the birthday stream, I think. 3 hours of Suzerain would be tough on the voice, though. 3 hours of Suzerain, yeah, exactly. I'm like losing my voice right now, and then I have to record at least 2 more hours today. 1 hour of voice, 1 hour time lapse, and so it's just like, yeah, if I lose my voice, then I'm screwed on Saturday to record 2 hours of Bannerlord and Workers and Resources, and potentially another scripted video. Like, yeah, it's unfortunate. I do try, but it would absolutely murder me in more ways than one. But thank y'all for joining in. Thank y'all for chilling, for hanging out. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. I'll catch some of y'all on Monday. Again, we're back with Crusader Kings 3 Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Then it's Phantom Brigade, where things have really picked up. Oh my god. On Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, it's going to be wild. And then on Friday, again, back with Suzerain, like I was saying. I might be a little AWOL today between recording tomorrow's Planet Zoo episode and working on this script for Humankind. I want to get this script done, so I might be a little AWOL today, but I'll be hanging out in the Discord for sure this weekend, folks. Don't hesitate to join that Discord. Link is in the description down below, and it's been in chat a couple of times, but it is in the description down below. Nice try, Ease, nice try, but no, I can't. I gotta watch my all my responsibilities, I suppose. Nice try though, buddy. Nice try. I'll be hanging out on the Discord over the weekend. This weekend. Again, I did not notice these last 2 days just kind of go by because I was writing, and honestly, I feel like I haven't made enough progress for how much time I've spent. But yo, there's a lot of medieval history around the world. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. Thank y'all for joining in. There is the Discord link in chat as well. Thank y'all for dropping that in. Yeah, have yourselves a wonderful rest of the day. Have yourself a wonderful weekend if I don't catch you before Monday. Until the next time I catch you, though,